Intermittent fasting is an excellent way to accelerate fat loss. Have you tried it? Whether your goal is to gain weight or to lose weight, implementing intermittent fasting is one of the best strategies that you can do in order to get to your fitness goal a lot quicker. Why? You are more focused, you retain less water, and it's a whole lot easier to maintain your caloric intake. Step number 1, create a 6 to 8 hour window in your 24-hour day when you are going to consume calories. Now, what do I mean by creating a 6 to 8 hour window so that you can consume calories? So we have 24 hours in a day. If we only allow ourselves to eat within an 8-hour window of time, that leaves us with 16 hours out of a 24-hour day that we are not consuming any calories whatsoever. Now, the smaller the window that we are consuming calories, we have less risk of overeating. We're going to have a lot less water retention, so we're not going to be looking as puffy. Our skin's going to look a lot tighter against our muscles because we're not going to be retaining as much water. And of course, we're going to have more focus. Now, this is something you might not have known about intermittent fasting. When you are in a fasted state, your body, your mind, what it says is we need to eat food. So what we need to do is focus. We need to make our mind clear. We need to make everything super focused so that we can go out and actually eat food so we can survive. It's a survival tactic. Step number 2. What is the biggest thing that I love to preach on my channel? It's consistency, boys. The only number one way that you can guarantee absolute failure is to be inconsistent. What do you need to be consistent with intermittent fasting? You need to be consistent with the window of time that you allow yourself to eat. So maybe one day you only allow yourself 3 hours to eat. The next day you allow yourself 12 hours to eat all day long. Be consistent with that window of time that you're allowing yourself to eat. Also, make sure that that window of time doesn't shift around. So if your breakfast starts at 11 a.m., make sure it doesn't start at 11 a.m. one day and then start at 7 a.m. the next day and then 10 a.m. the next day. You have to be consistent with absolutely everything, as consistent as you can be. You don't have to be consistent, but you're not going to reach your goals. Also, when our body is used to this consistency, once we have closed down that time that we are eating and we have gotten used to this, adding this into our lifestyle, our body's going to get used to it. It's going to adjust. So the last thing you want to happen is to be extremely inconsistent, and over 3-4 months time, you are just starving yourself because your body can't get used to that. So when you're in a fasted state for 15, 16, 17, 18 hours at a time, your body is going to be absolutely starving. You're going to feel hungry all the time. You're going to feel super down. You're not going to be focused because your body's not used to that. And you're not allowing your body to adapt to that change in your life because you're being inconsistent. And step number 3 to having an absolutely perfect intermittent fasting routine is to 1, hydrate with water. Make sure you are always hydrating with water. Anytime you get hungry, drink water. When you first wake up in the morning, drink water. Before you go to bed, drink water. So you're getting used to intermittent fast and you're not used to only eating in this short amount of time. Which leads me into the second thing that we need to do is drink coffee to give us energy and to curb our hunger. So what these stimulants in the coffee is going to do, it's going to curb our hunger so we're not going to feel as hungry. And this is really going to help in the mornings when you're first waking up and you're used to eating first thing in the morning, but you have to push that off now. Drink coffee. Let that be your staple item. However, be very, very, very aware of how much creamer and sugar and all these different things you're putting in your coffee, because that too can break your fast. So when you are drinking your coffee, make sure to only add a very minimal amount of creamer, if you add any creamer at all. And if you get cravings because you drink sodas, you drink Sprites, you drink Cokes, you drink juices, whatever, just drink some bubbly shit. No, for real, go ahead and get yourself a 0-calorie drink that has some bubbly stuff in it, maybe some bubbly water. Bubbly, why am I saying bubbly? Some sparkling water, maybe some flavored water. It'll help you get that flavor, but you're not consuming the calories. That is the worst mistake you can make, is to drink your calories, because you are getting little to no nutritional value from those calories compared to consuming those calories by eating them. So because you've stuck around in this video, I want to give you my strategy, how I intermittent fast for optimal efficiency. So the very first thing I make sure I do is that I push back my breakfast as far as possible. 8 hours of the 24-hour day is sleeping, and those 8 hours I count into my fasting. After I wake up, it's not until about 5 or 6 hours after I wake up until I break my fast. On those 5 or 6 hours, I'm up, I'm moving, I'm going, I'm working out, and all those calories that I'm expending to do all this work in the morning before I break my fast, is coming straight from my fat stores. I drink a ton of coffee and a ton of water to hold me over and give me that energy before I eat breakfast so I can actually operate at 100% capacity when I'm doing the tasks that I need to do before I break my fast. And this also helps me avoid midnight snacks because I'm pushing my 8 hours of eating back. So if I start eating at 11 a.m., that means I would stop eating around 7 p.m. Now, if my last meal is at 7 p.m. and I'm staying up until 10, maybe 11 some nights, I'm not going to be hungry. I'm not going to be wanting those snacks. And that's a problem that I have, is at nighttime I get hungrier rather than in the morning. So I capitalized on that and I said I'm gonna make my mornings a lot longer, and I'm also a lot more focused in the mornings, and then I break my fast, and then my day just kind of slows down after that. So those are my tips on how you can get started with intermittent fasting. Now just remember that fasting is a great way to accelerate your fat loss, especially if you're trying to gain weight and you don't want to put on too much water weight, you don't want to put on too much fat while you're putting on muscle. Intermittent fast. Make sure you're in a caloric surplus, but intermittent fast. And if you're trying to lose weight, definitely intermittent fast. As always, I hope you guys love this video. If you did, go ahead and do me a favor, drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. As always, have a great rest of your day. Love you guys. Peace.